Time to make the donuts. The donuts.
It isn't easy owning a Dunkin' Donuts.
Time to make the donuts.
Because unlike most supermarkets, we make up to 52 varieties fresh day and night. Of course, when you make donuts this good, there's a reward. People buy a lot of them.
Good morning, folks.
Look for Dunkin' Donuts money-saving coupon in your local newspaper.
Dunkin' Donuts is an American global donut company and coffee chain founded by William Rosenberg in 1950 that originated in Quincy, Massachusetts. Originally was named Open Kettle and changed in 1949 to Kettle Donuts, and now the corporate name Dunkin' Donuts since 1950. One of the largest coffee and baked good chains in 37 countries. In 1955, William Rosenberg began selling franchises of Dunkin' Donuts. In 1959, Dunkin' Donuts grew, which steered Rosenberg to introduce Dunkin' Donuts at the International Franchise Association. In 1965, Dunkin' Donuts expanded internationally and opened their first branch in Canada. Growth was exponential starting in 1979 when the chains had 1,000 restaurants in 1979, 2,000 in 1990, and 3,000 in 1992. In 2002, Rosenberg passed away at the age of 86. In 2008, Nigel Travis was appointed Chief Executive Officer of Dunkin' Brands and took the role as president at the end of 2009. In 2010, Dunkin' Donuts global sales were $6 billion worth. What does Dunkin' Donuts do and how? Dunkin' Donuts has a numerous variety of donuts. Dunkin' Donuts also includes other bakery goods, oven-toasted sandwiches, cookies, and muffins. Hot drinks include coffee, tea, hot chocolate, and cold drinks include iced tea and cool latte, which has been served since 1997. It is flavored either with coffee and cream or as a slush made with fruit juice. Dunkin' Donuts locations in the U.S. in 2007 reduced trans fat from their menus by switching to a blend of oils, palm, soybean, and cottonseed. International locations are expected to adopt and change over time. What makes Dunkin' Donuts successful globally? In March 2014, Dunkin' Donuts' largest international market was South Korea, representing nearly 40% of all international sales. With over 900 outlets in the country, it had 3 times as many McDonald's and about a third more than Starbucks. After Dunkin' Donuts' 60th birthday, Robert Pataskoff, founder and president of Brand Key's Customer Loyalty Engagement Index, congratulated Dunkin' Donuts, explaining their success had to do with an extremely loyal fan base by creating real emotional engagement between their brand and the customer. Did Dunkin' Donuts have to change anything to adapt to its global market? Well, Dunkin' Donuts have been known to adapt to market change. Though they face ongoing challenges such as the decline in Canada in the 1990s to early 2000s, they still continue to grow and stay relevant. When burgers were introduced, adapting to Indian tastes were an adjustment that was necessary for Dunkin' Donuts to make, turning the menu and the timetable of its outlets upside down. They pushed opening hours to later in the day and spent close to a year coming up with new all-day menu that didn't depend on donuts or dunking. They introduced 8 burgers with ingredients ranging from potatoes to spicy vegetables to pepper chicken. Was culture a concern? No, culture was not a big concern because they offer products that are generally accepted in every culture. They have made a few changes for different regions to accommodate for their culture. In Asia, bakery goods are adapted to local tastes and ingredients. With mochi in Japan, a Japanese rice cake, and more green tea in China and Singapore. The coffee blend is stronger in markets such as Turkey, Chile, and Spain. They are taking their time to enter each market with initiative and long-term strategy to make sure they suit everyone's culture. Did ethics play a role in any part of Dunkin' Donuts' globalization? Dunkin' Donuts has apologized after it ran an advertisement in Thailand featuring a woman in blackface makeup.
ฉีกทุกกฎความอร่อยชาโคโดนัทอร่อยล้ำมิซ้ำใครจากดังกินโดนัท
The advert, which was used to promote the donut giant's charcoal donut, was called Bizarre and Racist by a leading human rights group. Quote, Dunkin' Donuts recognizes the insensitivity of this spot, and on behalf of our Thailand franchisee and our company, we apologize for any offense it has caused. Massachusetts Attorney General announced that 2 Dunkin' Donuts franchise owners were cited and fined for violating Massachusetts child labor laws, and 5 franchise locations have been fined. The allegation included the franchises employed minors before the earliest permissible hour, and after the latest permissible hour, that minor worked more than the maximum daily hours allowed under the laws, that the owner employed minors without necessary work permits, and the owners failed to post all minors' work schedules in the workplace. Dunkin' Donuts buys cheaper goods from manufacturers that use low-wage foreign labor. Did Dunkin' Donuts face any problems in its global expansion? California problem. The company once operated more than a dozen restaurants in the state of California, but shuttered them by early 2000s, citing logistical problems and more relationships with franchisee partners. Dunkin' Donuts temporarily abandoned its California dreams as the international business. California has only 3 non-traditional stores: on a marine base, inside a hotel, and at a highway rest stop. The chain was so eager to enter California in the 1990s that it hopscotched across the country, said Grant Benson, Vice President of Global Franchising and Business Development at Dunkin' Brands. The nearest distribution center was in Chicago, and truck drivers hauled products thousands of miles to California stores. Quebec problem. In 1996, when Dunkin' Donuts dominated the Quebec coffee market, the company had more than 200 stores across the province. And although headquarters in the US was very much a distinctive Quebec entity, by 2008, Dunkin' Donuts' presence in the province had tumbled from 210 outlets to 41. Today, there remain fewer than 15 Dunkin' Donuts in Quebec. Puerto Rico problems. Dunkin' Donuts will close all 18 locations in Puerto Rico after 13 years on the island. Overall, Dunkin' Donuts is still a dominating coffee chain in America and still continues to grow and expand globally, successfully still being a part of the top 100 global companies each year.
Donuts, time to make the donut.
Great donut makers aren't born, they're made.
Today, my son, the secrets of the perfect donut. Knead and roll, knead and roll.
Always be generous and always make them fresh.
Hi, Freddie!
It's dedication that pays off in the freshest, most delicious donuts you've ever tasted.
Someday, young Frederick, you'll thank me for these lessons.